Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am to cover what has happened where the Mariners have recently been eliminated from playoff contention as of yesterday, thanks to the victories of Kansas City and Detroit. But here I am still covering the Mariners game, at least for this game and hopefully possibly the season finale. I just want to say, before we get started on anything, I just want to say thank you very much for being on my show. Thank you for being part of the growth of the channel. I have gained, I would like to say, around 700 subscribers since the start of the baseball season. So all of your contributions and all of your support has been a huge part of the growth of the channel throughout the season, as I am entering number 100, game 61 of 162 of this season, and here I am covering this game like there is nothing to lose, because Mariners won't really be playing for anything. All they're going to be playing for is to, I guess, just win a baseball game. And must I say, it was a very disappointing end to the season. And of course, this was my reaction when the Mariners missed the playoffs once again. Yep, that's what it was. And Mariners are tying the franchise record, however, of 4th consecutive winning season, but doesn't really matter because the Mariners missed the playoffs tragically. How about the Tigers? Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Christian. But also I want to say thank you for being part of this channel, even though you're a Cubs fan, but I really do enjoy your presence very much. And speak of the Tigers, where are they at? They have won, so they are absolutely on a running riot. How are the Royals doing? They have won, so it would only be fitting if Mariners won all 3 games, and then the Braves won all 3 games, and the Mariners still missed the playoffs because of stupid tiebreakers, so we could say, it's just one game, isn't it? Well, disappointing that is. So, let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight for the Seattle Mariners. Got Julio Rodriguez leading off, and Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Mitch Garver's cleanup, Dylan Moore first base, Mitch Haniger's right field. It's been a while since he has played. J.P. Crawford at shortstop, Luis Urias at third base, and Leo Rivas at second base. So we don't even get Josh Rojas. It seems like that this is a lineup that is pretty much an DGAF, like I don't give a frick. It's about just playing the last of it. What would have been nice was what would have been nice. It would have been nice to see prospects like Cole Young and maybe Harry Ford get a crack at it, but of course, Mariners' cheap ownership doesn't want to mess with the service time manipulations. So that's unfortunate that we won't be seeing any young guns for the remainder of this season. But we've got 3 more games to go for the rest of the season. The best the Mariners can do is win 85 games. And not that I should give it any kind of attention, but for the wild card, let's say Kansas City loses all 3 games, but the Mariners, they win all 3 games, they will still miss the playoffs tragically because of tiebreakers, because they could not hold a 7-8 run lead on Kansas City. So that's where the failures are. Detroit has already clinched their playoff spot. Now it's up to Kansas. It's going to be pretty much between Kansas City and Minnesota, I guess. But Mariners are unfortunately already eliminated. Now let's get into our ad SeatGeek, because since I'm going to be alone, I want to save my voice by playing these ads. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Yep, thank you very much for using that promo code throughout the entire season. I hope you guys had good use of it, and we are waiting for the game to start. It's going to start in about 5 minutes. And yeah, all I can say is my brain is just completely numb from this entire season. Like, personally, I'm just I'm just very, very, very exhausted from this season. Exhausted from covering this team. Exhausted from covering the games. And personally, I'm just exhausted in general today because what a season it was. And actually, what a day I had because hashtag don't quit your day job. But I've got a game to cover for the rest of the day. And hopefully this game will go smoothly. Do I care how the Mariners do? Not really. But also the other interesting part of this weekend is this is also Oakland A's final weekend as being named Oakland. So you can already say that the Oakland A's have already, they might as well just be called the Sacramento A's because that's where they will be playing for at least 3 seasons. And it looks like we are back from commercial break and look at that beautiful skies of Seattle, the skyline of Seattle, looking at Lumen Field right over there. And now we're getting ready for a baseball game, which is going to be in about 4 minutes. And the starters for tonight is going to be JP Sears against Brian Wu. I couldn't add JP Sears because someone already swiped him. I think it was the McLovin guy from my fantasy from the fantasy baseball league. And speak of, I'm actually winning in the finals 6-4-1 in terms of the categories. Brian Wu, career versus the Oakland A's. He is 4-0 with a 0.68 ERA. He has given up 0 runs in 10 innings at T-Mobile Park so far. So hopefully he can keep that rolling as he will be pitching to Mitch Garver. And let's see how Brian Wu does for his final start for the rest of the season. Brian Wu is now walking out. He is getting ready to go. Opponent batting average is 185 when he plays against the Oakland A's. And let's see his stats throughout the entire season of his entirety. Brian Wu went 8-3 with a 3.02 ERA. Had a spectacular season. At home, he's a 5-1 pitcher. And if you compare his stats from 2023, he was 4-5 with a 4.21 ERA. He had a strong start to the season after a struggling start, but Brian Wu this season, for the most part, had a very strong season. And I can already see that I have quite a bit of an audience tonight, as looks like a lot of fans are willing to at least watch me cover the last weekend of the Mariners baseball. And to support me even further, not only use that promo code RoofTopSports for $20 off, but also use my donate to this channel. You can see right there in the YouTube Super Chats, or in those Venmo and PayPals, you can see those names on there. And join my YouTube channel for just $5 a month. But if you don't want to do any of that, just hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep growing this channel, as I am closing in on 2,100 subscribers, which I had achieved about a few months ago, that I am a 2,000 subscriber YouTube channel. Right now I'm at 2093. And also, I just want to say thank you for also watching my video. I have about 200 views. It's about my thoughts when the Mariners missed the playoffs. And here is that video. In case if you would like to see it, there's the link to it. And they're showing the commercial, Dave Reichert for governor, who is competing against Bob Ferguson for governor of Washington. Who am I voting for? I ain't going to say. I ain't saying squat. I don't want to get into any controversy, as if it's very easy to get into political controversy. But we are still awaiting. This is probably going to be the last commercial break. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, thank you very much. And also thank you for being a very loyal member to my channel. Thank you for the donations from yesterday. And thank you for reminding me that Shohei Ohtani's on the Dodgers, who the Mariners really should have went for. But of course, they didn't do it. Because why? Because they just won't do it. Let me get my Mariners hat. Other sad thing is I wish I could get Jay Trident Podcast or Steve, but none of them could make it today. Couldn't even get Ian to be here, so I'm going to be flying solo for tonight. But it'll be a question of whether I can get like Jay Trident Podcast or Steve or Ian for the season finale, which I would like to get any of them to join the show. Maybe I could have gotten Urinating Tree, but didn't happen. Maybe I'll message him and see if he would like to join. Now let's see. Nah, I'm not going to ask him. It's too much of a short notice. I should have asked him earlier, but I didn't even know if I was going to do this game tonight either. So there is that. And they're getting ready for the big game. Well, not really a big game, but it's going to be game number 160. And again, this is going to be my 61st show covering Mariners baseball. And they're getting ready to go. Trident's up. And now we are getting ready. Fans are gathering in for one last time. More like the third to last time. Showing their thank yous. But people like me, we don't intend to give the Mariners any revenue right now because, I mean, look what happened. Management completely squandered this team. And they're showing very nostalgic players. Mike Cameron and I think that's Reggie Jackson. I can't really tell who that is. I'm pretty sure that's Reggie Jackson. Yep, and that's an honor. I wonder if Dawes Cameron's going to be playing. He is not playing for the Mariners. It's going to be starting with Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, JJ Bleday, Tyler Soderstrom, Seth Brown, Zach Jaloff, Jacob Wilson, Kyle McCann, and Daryl Herniaz, if I even said that name correctly. Man, as if this feels like this, feels like an eternity before this game even starts. It's almost like I should have started at 7:05 rather than 7:10. Brian Wu, 21 starts, 8-3 with a 3.02 ERA. He is on the mound with those City Connect jerseys. In 116 innings, 12 walks, and 93 strikeouts. He's got a four-seam fastball, a sinker, a slider, a changeup, and the sweeper. He uses that fastball quite a bit, and some say that he's got one of the best fastballs in the Mariners rotation. And now we're getting ready for our first pitch, brought to you by SeatGeek. And now the pitch, and that is right down the middle for a strike as we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Lawrence Butler batting .268 with 22 home runs and 57 RBIs. And here is the 0-1 pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And that's going to be an 0-2 count. Lawrence Butler, 1-for-7 career against Brian Wu. And now we are looking at the 0-2 on Lawrence Butler. And here is the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. 1-2 the count on Lawrence Butler. Lawrence Butler with 24 doubles and 2 triples and 22 home runs this season. He had quite a season this season for the Oakland A's, part of that young core, the 1-2. And that is going to be a foul ball, and we're going to try this again. I also want to test the sound on my streaming to make sure that it's all good. Pretty sure I sound pretty decent. Let me know if I don't sound decent at all. And now we're looking at the 1-2, and now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. And we've got one down so far for the Oakland A's. They're showing the McDonald's Supermo replay. That's what it's brought to you by. Maybe one day McDonald's will be a sponsor to me. As we got the swing and a miss. And now next up to the plate is Brent Rooker, the slugger for the Oakland A's. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Brent Rooker, .298 batting average with 38 home runs. He had a monster of a season for the Oakland A's. 6 pitches for Brian Wu so far. And now here's the 0-1. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Easy play to throw to first. And that is in time. First baseman is Dylan Moore. And that is going to be 2 outs. Mitch Haniger is playing at right field. Some of you wonder, actually, no, he's probably going to take that option, but maybe the Mariners will try to get him to take a pay cut or something like that. I doubt he will. Or maybe they'll defer half of his contract or something to provide more flexibility for this team, as if this team really needs one, thanks to this cheap ownership. And now here is JJ Bleday. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. JJ Bleday, 243 with 20 home runs and 60 RBIs. And now we're looking at the 0-1, the 1-0, and the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And that is a 1-1 count. JJ Bleday with a 325 on base percentage. He had a pretty, I guess, an okay season. Was probably one of the bigger hitters for Oakland A's. Now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike two. Bleday's a 20 home run hitter. Oakland A's have improved. They are guaranteed not to lose 100 games because they had a pretty hot second half. But obviously wasn't enough to be anywhere near competitive. And now we're looking at the 1-2. It's very tragic. The Mariners are already out of playoff contention. And now here's the 1-2. And that is low for a ball. And that's going to be a 2-2 count on JJ Bleday. He does hit more effectively against the righties with 124 WRC plus against the righties. And now we are looking at the 2-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled all the way back. And that's a 2-2 count still remaining. We are looking at the 2-2 for JJ Bleday. And now here is the 2-2 pitch. And fouled again. And the Oakland A's are really putting work on Brian Wu. I guess the only positive thing about the Mariners making the playoffs is I don't have to watch it so stressful anymore. At least for the rest of this season. But boy, will that offseason not be any exciting. As we are looking at the 2-2 and the pitch. And a swing and a miss hits the dirt, but strike three, and that's going to retire the side. 2 strikeouts for Brian Wu. We go to the bottom of the first. It is no score at all and nothing been doing.
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.
Yep, thank you very much for using that SeatGeek, and we're going to go over each position on what I think, is it a hole, or is it locked on, and is it going to be any good? So we're going to catcher, second base, shortstop, third base, left field, center field, right field, and DH. So we're going to start with catcher. Cal Raleigh, it's pretty much locked in. He's pretty much going to be the catcher. He's the catcher of the future. But the only question remains is, how will the Mariners handle his arbitration years? Because the prices will increase on Cal Raleigh. You're guessing 1 strikeout this inning. It was actually 2 strikeouts. Brian Wu actually threw 2 strikeouts. Cal Raleigh is going to be, he's going to be the catcher. I think that's pretty much a lock. I think that's pretty much fair to say. But yeah, I'm going to go, throughout the game, I'm going to go through each position. And now we are back from the break. And now Julio Rodriguez is going to be the leadoff hitter. Something that he was very used to in his role in the 2022 season in the first half of 2023. And this hat's burning me, so I'm not going to wear my hat. But yes, we are back from the break. Now Cal Raleigh is number 2. He's on deck. And now we got Julio Rodriguez. I've already said it. And JP Sears is now up to the plate. As he has a what am I even saying? And now we're looking at the first pitch and the pitch. And here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that is caught. What a catch by, I think that was Lawrence Butler. And that is going to be 1 out. It looked like it was going to be a home run for quite a moment, but did not happen. So we got 1 down. And Julio's like, yep, good catch. And I couldn't agree more. Yep, Lawrence Butler made a really spectacular catch. Could Cal leave? What if he continues to criticize ownership? It could be possible. And now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and that is a swing and a miss, and that is a strike one. Last game, Mariners defeated the Astros 8-1, but unfortunately it was too little too late because the other teams had won their games. And we're looking at the 0-1 in the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike two. Career versus JP Sears, he is 0 for 6. And we're looking at the 0-2 for Sears. And now here's the 0-2. And that is outside for a ball. That's going to be a 1-2 count. Cal Raleigh with 116 hits this season, 16 doubles, 31 home runs. Would have liked to see more extra bases out of Cal Raleigh, though. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Also, he has a career-high 96 RBIs this season. He has 3 games left until he is to achieve getting 100. But it looks like until then, no one else is going to be able to achieve 100 RBIs for the Mariners this season. As we are looking at the 1-2, and that is going to be up high for a ball. That's going to be a 2-2 count. Checking the stats for the 2024 Mariners and see if any hitters got even close to 100 RBIs. Cal Raleigh is the closest. In the pitch. And check swing, did he go? He did not. That's going to be a full count, 3-2. Julio Rodriguez is second in the RBIs for the Mariners, 67 this season. So at best, maybe he can maybe go in the 70s? I don't know. Probably not. As we are looking at the 3-2 in the pitch. Now here's a line drive foul. Last season, Julio was the only one with the 100 RBIs. He had 103 last season. Even Eugenio Suarez didn't even get to 100. But the high RBI guys were Eugenio Suarez and Teoscar Hernandez. Teoscar with 93 and Suarez with 96. And now here's the 3-2. And that is a foul ball. In 2022, almost basically no one got close to 100 RBIs, but yet they're the ones that made the playoffs. And it's crazy to think that 2 years ago, Mariners made the playoffs, and there was a lot of hope. And now it seems that it's a little bit lost compared to what it was years ago, just 2 years ago. And it seems like it's been forever at this point. As we're looking at the 3-2, and here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to not even barely going to leave the infield. Doesn't even leave the infield, and that's going to be caught. And now we've got 2 down so far. And now next up to the plate is going to be Randy Arozarena. JP Sears pitches a lot of fastballs along with mixing it up with a sweeper and a changeup. And now here is Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is inside, and that nearly got him. And that is going to be ball 1. Randy Arozarena, who was traded to the Mariners earlier in the trade deadline, and would like to see how he even did with the Mariners in his brief time. And the 1-0, and that is going to be a strike. Randy Arozarena in 52 games, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs, batted .234, but had a .359 on base percentage. And now we are looking at the 1-1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball, strike 2. As we are looking at the 1-2 count so far on Randy Arozarena. And now we're looking at the 1-2. And here is the pitch. And that is strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. So that is 1 strikeout so far for Oakland. And we go to the top of the second. It is still no score and no hits being done.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
Now we will move on to first base, and first base is right now occupied by Luke Raley and mostly Justin Turner. And I'm going to say that is going to be fills of needs. Now, want to look at the free agency, 2024 to 2025 MLB free agents. In terms of first base, it is occupied by Paul Goldschmidt, Pete Alonso, Rhys Hoskins, Anthony Rizzo, Josh Bell, Rowdy Tellez, Christian Walker, Ryan O'Hearn, and Carlos Santana. So there is actually decent options in first base. So I do think the Mariners should try to go for any of those guys. Because I don't know if you can really sustainably go with Luke Raley and Justin Turner going as your first base. Like, you need someone that's actually going to hit for some serious power. Or at least did something of like Ty Francis caliber. And now we're back from the break, and look at all those A's fans. It's kind of a chilling feeling when you have Oakland A's fans there. Now here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. And granted, most of those Oakland fans could actually be from transplants from California, but still, it is pretty chilling to see some Oakland fans there for one last time. As we are looking at the 0-1 for Tyler Soderstrom. And now here is the pitch. And check swing. I'm pretty sure he went through. Yes, he did. That's going to be an 0-2 count on Tyler Soderstrom. As we are looking at the 0-2 so far. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2 count as he misses it. And that's not going to be much. As we're looking at the 1-2 for Tyler Soderstrom. And the 1-2. And that's going to be popped up and should be playable. That's going to be Luis Urias. He makes the catch, and that's going to be one down so far for the Mariners, or for the Oakland A's. Brian Wu at 18 pitches so far. It's crazy to think that 2 days ago when I did a Mariners game, there was actually something to play for. And now we got next hitter up to the plate. Who is this going to be? It's going to be Seth Brown in the pitch. He's going for the bunting effort, and that is a foul ball. As we are looking at the 0-1 for Seth Brown, batting fifth in the order. Now here is the pitch. That's how tired I am, but I decided to show up as we're looking at a 1-1 career versus Brian Wu. He is 2 for 10. As we are looking at the 1-1 so far. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. That is going to be 2-1 to count on Seth Brown. Got 21 pitches so far for Brian Wu. Brian Wu's breathing. And now the 2-1. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Throws to first, and that is in time. And now we got 2 outs. I was on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball by Brian Wu. Still want to do some sound check for my show. Now here is Zach Geloff. And now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. So we won't be seeing a perfect game out of that, as Brian Wu did retire 5 in a row. And now we got runners on first. We got a runner on first base. It's almost like that was fast. Play Mariners mobile games in the MLB ballpark. That's exactly what we need. Another way to keep the fans disengaged from the baseball games, but have your eyes glued to the phone. Good job, Mariners. Now here is Jacob Wilson. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and I think, yep, a runner went on that one, and that's going to be 1-0 count on Jacob Wilson. As we are looking at the 1-0 so far. Zach Geloff has been doing really well in stealing bases. Now the pitch. And that's going to be right down the middle, and that's going to be a strike. One and one the count so far. And now we are looking at the 1-1, the pitch. Low for a ball. And it's really hard to expect for Mitch Garver to even throw anybody out, unfortunately. As we are looking at the 2-1 so far for Jacob Wilson. He hasn't really played much this season. Probably one of the new young guns. As we are looking at the 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That's going to be a 3-1 count. And whenever Oakland A's walk, I play he gets on base on that Moneyball clip. It's also going to be really different watching Moneyball going forward if I ever want to watch it. As we are looking at the 3-1, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. And Brian Wu can get out of this inning with just one more strike. As we are looking at the 3-2 so far. And now here is the full count, 3-2. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base.
Why do you like him?
Because he gets on base.
Unfortunately so. So we got a man on first base. Brian Wu at 29 pitches so far. So it looks like this could be a long game, but at least there is more force outs with that walk. Now here is the pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not, and that is going to be ball 1. As we're looking at the 1-0 thus far. Now here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And that's Kyle McCann. Career versus Brian Wu. He is 0 for 4. And I'm going to tell you this. After this game, I am definitely hitting the sack after this. Hitting the shower. And I already hit the shower, but I'm definitely going to go to sleep after this. As we are looking at the 1-1 so far. And now the pitch. Popped up and fouled. That's going to be a 1-2 count. Kyle McCann batting .239 this season, only 52 games. And now here is the 1-2. Up high, way up high for a ball, 2-2. Brian Wu has been struggling to find a strike zone in this inning. As we are facing a 2-2 count so far. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. Brian Wu gets out of himself a little bit of a jam. We go to the bottom of the second. Still, absolutely no score.
Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you.
Now let's go into second base, and yep, I'm going to say it. Second base also has a massive hole. It is plagued by, unfortunately, Jorge Polanco, who's not even playing. I don't even know if he's going to even play for the rest of the season. But he didn't play well until... let's look at his stats. And watching Polanco was difficult to watch. Yeah, he got 16 home runs, yippee, but a 214 average, 295 on-base percentage, was injured parts of the season. So I think he's gone after this season. I don't think they should go for him. I don't think they should even re-up him. I'm going to look at his splits for 2024. And my computer's being really, really slow. So I can't even look up and see how he did. Man, my Google Chrome has been off for today. I'm going to try it on my phone. And looks like we are back from the break. But yet my phone is really fast about it. And nope, my phone doesn't even want to look up the splits of Jorge Polanco either. Looks like their website seems to be down. Yep, it timed out the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball for Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver, another disappointing addition to the team. Played absolutely atrociously this season. To say that his season was a disaster would be an absolute understatement. Look at his stats. 14 home runs with a 171 average the pitch. And that is a strike in 112 games because he was injured for parts of the season. 17 doubles, 50 RBIs. Just looking at those numbers makes me want to puke. Because now we are looking at the 0-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. But his career versus JP Sears, he is 3 for 6. 23 starts as a catcher this season. And now we are looking at the 1-2. And now here is a fly ball belted to deep left center field. And that is gone. That is a home run for Mitch Garver. That's going to be home run number 15. And the Mariners get on the board. It is now the Mariners 1 and the Athletics nothing. And what a blast by Mitch Garver. A good way to at least say goodbye for this season. But a nice home run by Mitch Garver. Mariners take the lead. The fans aren't as exactly loud about it, as understandably so, because it's pretty much the end of the season. Everyone's just playing loose. Now the pitch to Dylan Moore, and that is going to be a ball. Now we're looking at the 0-1 for Dylan Moore. The pitch. And that is a foul ball again, strike 2. And we're looking at the 0-2 for Dylan Moore, the pitch. Now here is a line drive caught by the third baseman immediately, and that's going to be 1 out. Dylan Moore had a nice exit velocity on that, but obviously just happens to land on the glove. They're looking at the Mitch Garver home run as he did hit one. I actually witnessed a Mitch Garver home run against the Texas Rangers. What are you trying to say? The internet gods are trying to send us a message? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. And now here is Mitch Haniger, the other Mitch, who frankly should not be on this team anymore. The pitch, and that's going to be inside for a ball. Mitch Haniger, 209 with 12 home runs. Another disappointing season. I mean, at least he was kind of healthy, but then he's pretty much, unfortunately, a fossil at this point. As we're looking at the 1-0. And now here's the pitch. And that is outside for a ball, and that's going to be a 2-0 count on Mitch Garver. And now we are looking at the 2-0. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And that is a 2-1 count on Mitch Garver. I'm sorry, Mitch Haniger. Excuse me. And now the next pitch. And the pitch is going to be a 3-1 count for Mitch Haniger. And now we're looking at the 3-1 and the pitch. And that is popped up and fouled. And that's going to be a 3-2. Eight career walk-off home runs for the Mariners. Most in not Major League history, Mariners history. As we're looking at the 3-2 for Mitch. And now the pitch. And that is going to be ball 4. Take your base. Next up to the plate is going to be J.P. Crawford, who is batting .202. Now here is J.P. Crawford. And now the pitch. And that is way inside for a ball. J.P. Crawford, also a disappointing season for the Mariners. .202 with 9 home runs. Pretty much went back to his, wonder how bad it really was for J.P. Crawford this season. This could possibly be his worst season. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball, and that's going to be a 2-0 count. Yep, this is by far his worst season of his career. When you look at it, in 2019, when he joined the Mariners, 226, but that's when he was showing his potential. Now we're looking at the 2-0 in the pitch, and that is a strike. And then you go to, you go to 2020, had a slightly better season, but it really wasn't saying much. And now we are looking at the 2-1 for JP, the pitch. And that is going to be fly ball to left field. And that's going to be caught. So Mitch Haniger has to stay at first base. 2021, when he was kind of like a borderline all-star, batted .273, 9 home runs and 54 RBIs. 2022 was a down year for him with .243. And then 2023 was his career season. And now look where he is. He's just been, unfortunately, a disaster. And now we're looking at Luis Urias. And now the pitch. And that is going to be inside for a ball. It's going to be a 1-0. And now here is, throw back to first. And it's not in time. Luis Urias was 3 for 4 against Oakland on September 4th when the Mariners were actually in it, unfortunately. As we are looking at the 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count on Luis Urias. As we're looking at the 2-0. And now here's the pitch. Inside for a ball, 3-0. Good eye by Luis Urias. Yeah, this thing doesn't even want me to look up splits on Jorge Polanco. That's how bad his season pretty much was for the Mariners. Yep, they won't show it to me. They're cowards. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Now we're looking at the 3-1 so far for Luis Urias. And now the pitch. Now here is a fly ball or line drive to right field, and that's going to get in the gap for a base hit. You got runners going to third base, and Luis Urias will get there for a double. Now you got Mitch Haniger at third base and Luis Urias at second base. Opportunity for the Mariners to break this one open. A great hit by Luis Urias. Although he also didn't have a good season, he had some of those occasional random kind of hits that happened once in a while. A nice hit by Luis Urias. 7 doubles this season. When you look at Luis Urias' numbers, slugging was 374, so it kind of dipped, but at some point it was actually a little bit higher than that. Crowd's kind of loud-ish. I'm checking the volume on that. Dipoto at the upcoming press conference. Be patient with us. We still have an extra. Yeah. Yep, that sounds about right. Here's Leo Rivas up to the plate. And now here is going to be the pitch. And that is right down the middle for a strike. Leo Rivas with runners in scoring position. Only 4 RBIs, but 250, so Now the 0-1. Up high for a ball. It's going to be a 1-1 to count. As we're looking at the 1-1 so far. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball once again. And that's going to be a 2-1 on Luis Urias. I'm sorry, Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. And that is going to be, surprisingly, a ball. 3-1 to count. Leo Rivas' first major league hit was a triple earlier in this season. And now the pitch. Oh, he thought that was going to be a ball 4, but he is going to walk on that. Wanted to give Julio Rodriguez an opportunity, didn't he? But it will not happen, unfortunately. Now we're looking at the 3-2. It's going to be the full count. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that should do it. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be out number 3. But the good news is Mariners get a run on the board with Mitch Garver and his home run. So the Mariners do lead it 1-0, at least for now.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Oh, we're still on commercial break right now. Hate to say it, but I actually want this game to end as quickly as possible. Don't even care about the result, obviously, because I'm exhausted. Because hashtag don't quit your day job. Took an extra shift and I totally regret taking it. I'm already making YouTube shorts already off of that Mitch Garver home run. I just want to go to bed. That's how I feel about this season already. Like, nothing to play for, and yet I'm still doing this game. And I didn't even have to, because the season's freaking over. But I did it because for the love. That's it. I did it anyway. And now we are back from the break as Brian Wu steps up to the mound. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. For the batter, it's going to be a 190 hitter with 1 home run and 10 RBIs. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Tigers have won 4-1. First playoff berth in 10 years. White Sox have lost their 121st game. MLB record, they say. Wow. That's pretty dark. And that is going to be strike 3, and we've got 1 down so far. Mariners will always be my team no matter how sad it gets. Got to take the ups and the downs. Hey, that's what we're doing that's what this channel is about. Didn't follow this game just because. Didn't follow the game. I mean, if I didn't care that much, I wouldn't have done it. I almost thought of not doing it. And now here is Lawrence Butler up to the plate, the pitch. And that's going to be fouled back, and that is strike 1. Lawrence Butler struck out in his last time around. We are looking at a 267 hitter, that is. 22 home runs. Made a nice catch to right field off the hit by Julio Rodriguez. Now here's the 0-1. And now here's a fly ball to foul ball. Way out of play. So we are looking at the 0-2 so far. "39 pitches for Brian Wu. The Mariners versus the Homeless A's. You couldn't be any more correct, Josh. As we're looking at the 0-2 so far. And now here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. That's going to be a 1-2 the count. One and two for Lawrence Butler so far. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And down he goes. We've got 5 strikeouts already for Brian Wu. He is absolutely on a tear right now. And now here's the pitch. And that is a foul ball. That is Brent Rooker. What's shocking is Brent Rooker's number 25, and number 25 used to be owned by Mark McGwire. How was his number not retired? Because Mark McGwire was one of the greats for the Oakland A's from the 80s to the mid-90s. And somehow they didn't even give him a retirement number? Strange. As we're looking at the 0-1 so far for Brent Rooker. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. As we are looking at the 1 and 2 so far. Players that have owned number 25. Looking at the history. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2 and 2. Mark McGwire was with the Oakland A's from 86 to 97. Nick Swisher, then Esteban Loaiza, Lenny DiNardo, Dana Eveland, and now the pitch. 3 and 2 the count. Matt Carson, Keela, can't even say it, Chris Young, Josh Lidbohm, Tyler Ladenoff, Ryan Healy, Stephen Piscotty, and Brent Rooker. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Brian Wu. And that is going to retire the side. We go to bottom of the 3rd inning. Mariners still up 1-0.
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.
All right, let's go into shortstop, and I'm going to say that is unfortunately going to be a hole. JP Crawford, not exactly good. Would be open to saying Cole Young should maybe get a run for his money. At least give him the full-time spring training job. So I'm going to say shortstop is also open. Should be open. A lot of holes on this team, by the way. A lot of serious holes. Oh, wow. The Rutgers scored. How's UW? They're getting absolutely just demolished. It's absolutely embarrassing. I'm like, is UW sure that they made a good move going to the Pac-12? Doesn't seem like it to me. Are they going to, huh? They are, Josh, aren't they? Now here's the pitch to Julio. And now here's a fly ball deep to left field. Is that going to be fair? And it is. It is foul. It was barely foul. Yeah, Josh, I'm telling you, like, UW made a huge mistake. I think leaving the Pac-12 was a ginormous mistake. I knew that was a horrible move of UW. It was a greedy move. And now they suck. And honestly, UW deserves everything they get for screwing over everyone in the Pac-12. As we are looking at the 0-1. And now the pitch. Inside for a ball, and that's going to be a 1-1 on Julio Rodriguez. Thought that was going to be a home run. This season against Oakland, 3 home runs, but he's batting 195. He's been terrible against Oakland this season. And now we're looking at the 1-1. And that's going to be popped up. Very playable. Third baseman's there. And he makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 down. And now here is Cal Raleigh up to the plate as we are looking at a 1-0 game so far. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball deep to left field, left center field, and that is gone. That was a laser, and that is a home run number 32 for Cal Raleigh as the Mariners extend their lead 2-0. And Cal Raleigh with home run number 32, obviously his career high. Obviously, that's obviously the Mariners' franchise record for catchers. And Cal Raleigh puts the Mariners up 2-0. And what a laser of a hit by the big dumper. (27-22), 30-23, and 32-24. So he gets better and better each year with the home runs. But his batting average, not so much. The pitch to Rosarena, and that's going to be a strike. And I'm pretty sure I'm way behind in this game. As a Rosarena, he fouls it, and it goes right into the seats. As we're looking at the 0-2. Twins have been eliminated, losing 7-2 to the Orioles. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be the Tigers and the Kansas City Royals in the playoffs, huh? As we are looking at the 0-2 for Cal Raleigh. I feel so gassy right now. And now here is Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're looking at the 1-2 so far. Or shall I say the 0-2 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. 1-2 the count. What's insane about the Kansas City Royals is that they lost over 100 games and they found a way to get to the playoffs next season. And now the 1-2. Low for a ball, and that's a 2-2 count. Kansas City plays against Houston, don't they? So it could have been the Mariners playing against the Houston Astros. It's really sad. I really wanted to see an opportunity. As we're looking at the 2-2. And now the pitch. And that is popped up. And that should be playable. And it is. And that's going to be 2 outs. It's crazy to think that Steven Vogt was also on this team with the Mariners. Imagine if they went with him instead of Scott Service. "52 pitches for J.P. Sears. And now we're looking at Mitch Garver up to the plate, who had already homered in this game. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Mitch Garver hit the home run in his last at-bat, and it was only an inning ago. Solo home run in the second. And now the pitch. Foul ball. 173 with 15 home runs and 51 RBIs. Now the question is, how is he going to contribute for the Mariners next season, as he is assumed to be the backup catcher? You cannot use him as a DH. He's already proven that he cannot be a DH for the Mariners. Pretty expensive backup catcher, if you ask me. And the 1-1. And that is a strike. Mitch Garver against the A's is a 292 hitter. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. As we're looking at the 1 and 2. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball belted to deep left field, and I jinxed it. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. Had my hopes up, and didn't happen. We go to the next inning. Mariners are leading 2-0 so far, thanks to Cal Raleigh's home run.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
All I got is Josh today. Not even flick at the switch. And you guys can tell that I'm just completely exhausted. I'm exhausted for many reasons. One, of course, I don't quit your day job. Two, the Mariners season itself was just really exhausting. It was even more exhausting than last season. Like, at one point, it was like the season that just wouldn't die. Like, I actually do believe this. If Scott Service was the manager, they would have been out of the playoff race like at least a week ago or 2 weeks ago, in my opinion. And we are back from the break. Yankees and Guardians are still fighting for that number 1 spot. Astros are locked in. Orioles are locked in. Now it's up to the Royals and the Tigers to determine who they're going to play. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. This is JJ Bleday. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. This season, Bleday is batting .242 with 20 home runs and 60 RBIs. Now we're looking at the 0-2 and the pitch. And that is going to be inside for a ball, 1-2. As this game has kind of been breezing along because nothing much has really happened, with the exception of those 2 home runs. And the 1-2. And And that's going to be low for a ball. As we are looking at a 2-2 on JJ Bleday. And here is the 2-2. Inside for a ball, 3-2. It's a full count. Brian Wu at 52 pitches. Pitches are kind of going up on the pace. Now the 3-2. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. So you got a man on first base with nobody out so far. Oh, that's how tired I am. It was a really long day for me. It was just long. And now Brian Wu is now going to be facing another hitter, obviously. Says something the obvious. And now the pitch. And now here is a fly ball to center field, and Julio should be there. And he makes the catch. I mean, talk about a game of dormancy. You got Oakland A's are playing their final weekend as Oakland team, and Mariners are playing out their last 3 games with nothing to play for, unfortunately. Most quality starts, Seattle Mariners are at 92. Surprisingly, the 90s, they had a better starting rotation in the 90s? Oh, that's relief stats. Oh, most quality starts. That's interesting. So even the 2024 Mariners did not have the most. Now we're looking at the 1-0 for Seth Brown. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're looking at the 2-0 for Seth Brown. And now the pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. For a team that won 77 games in 1990, they had 90-something quality starts off of Eric Hansen, Matt Young, Randy Johnson, and Brian Holman. So they actually had a pretty good starting rotation to pitch. Now here's a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit. That was on a 3-0 count. Now you got runners on first and second with only 1 out. Randy Johnson that season was 14-11. He was pitching wild like a wild man. 194 strikeouts, but he had 120 walks. Yee. Got 58 pitches for Brian Wu so far. I wonder if we're going to get some activity in the bullpen. Brian Wu at 6 strikeouts so far. He was on fire in the first 3 innings, and now this inning he's kind of struggling a little bit. Mariners were 29-20 against their division. Oakland was at least competitive. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Dodgers and Phillies are fighting for their number 1 seed. But it's most likely going to go to the Dodgers at this point. As we are looking at the 0-1 for Zach Geloff. And that is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. As we're looking at the 0-2 for Zach Geloff. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Brian Wu, as he is absolutely on fire with the strikeouts. 61 pitches for Brian Wu. Now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Just barely made it into the strike zone. Washington in the red zone. If you care about UW football, the 0-1. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. One and two the count. Braves have won 3-0, but Kansas City still clinched their playoff berth anyway. Would be funny if Kansas City lost all 3 of their games and the Mariners won all 3. Now we're looking at the 1-2, and now the pitch. A liner and fouled. The question whether I'm going to be doing the final game of the season. Now we're looking at the 1-2 for Jacob Wilson. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 2-2. And now we're looking at the 2-2 for Jacob Wilson. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball and nice play and the throw to first. And that is in time. Good play by Leo Rivas. And that will retire the side, saving a run at least. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it is still 2-0 Mariners as Brian Wu got himself out of another jam. Now I wonder if Dan Wilson's going to get to the bullpen. What would be even more insult to injury would be when they lose not only their final 3 games, but also get swept by Houston. I don't care at this point. I don't even know if the Mariners would do any better, but they do match up pretty well against Houston Astros, so they could have done something in the playoffs. But of course the Mariners didn't, because they didn't want to make the playoffs.
Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you.
I wonder who that guy is in the camera right there in Root Sports. I have no idea who that even is. Why do people hate roundabouts so much? Roundabouts are the best. Oh, that was Matt Brash. Man, I missed that guy. It's too bad that he had a Tommy John. And we are back from the break. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Got 6 innings to go until I can go to sleep. Sort of. Now here is Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Most home runs in 4 career seasons is Mike Piazza, but Cal Raleigh's right up there, right next to him. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That's pretty much the only thing Cal Raleigh's got left for this season, or the Mariners have left, is to see Cal Raleigh try to tie Mike Piazza, Or at least maybe he has 2 more home runs in him. Who knows? And the 2-0. Foul ball, or popped up. And first baseman's there. And he makes the catch, and we've got 1 down. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now here is Mitch Haniger up at the plate. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. One and 0 for Mitch Haniger. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. As we're looking at the 1-1 so far. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Washington just turned the ball on downs. Nice. Nice. I like that. I used to go to UW and I hated it. Now they get everything they deserve. As we are looking at the 1-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and down goes Mitch Haniger, and that is going to be 2 down. Actually, UW just scored. They have the 2-point conversion, too. As we are looking at the pitch to J.P. Crawford. And that's going to be up high for a ball. It's just too bad that the Mariners couldn't make it to the playoffs this season. As we're looking at the 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. 1-1 the count. Season against the A's, 179. As we are looking at the 1-1 and the pitch. Now here's a liner or ish. Throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. As we go to top of the 5th. Easy 1-2-3 inning. Mariners need a playoff clip to fire them up. I don't know. Don't even get me started.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Now we're looking at third base. Third base, obviously, as a whole. Josh Rojas, Luis Urias. Nah, that ain't going to cut it. Obviously, they need a new one. And they have opportunities. They will. They can then try to get Eugenio Suarez if the Diamondbacks don't pick up the option. JD Davis is an option. See how good he was. Actually, JD Davis was awful. He was really, really bad. So I guess not. But you also got Alex Bregman. So yeah, I hope the Mariners go for Alex Bregman. The sad thing is they're going to get him on the tail end of his career. That's why I want Jerry Dipoto out of there. And now here is Brian Wu. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Got 4 innings in so far with 7 strikeouts. We're looking at the 0-2. 3 hits given up by Brian Wu so far. And now the 0-2. Low for a ball. That's going to be a 1-2 count. Brian Wu, 40th career MLB start this season. I also want to double check and make sure this was game number 61 for me. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2-2. So I did 61. As we were looking at the 2-2. And strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Brian Wu. That's going to be strikeout number 8. And Josh, don't really understand your question. Sorry, buddy. But yep, I have 61 games covered this season. Now the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. The crazy thing was too, at some point, I did 9 games in a row. As we're looking at the 1-0. And now the pitch. Here's a ground ball right to JP Crawford. Throw to first. That is in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. At one point, I did 14 of 16 games at one point. And now here's the pitch. That's going to be a liner and foul. That was by Lawrence Butler. As we're looking at the 0-1 so far. 75 pitches for Brian Wu, so I wonder if maybe the 6th inning will be his last inning. And now here is the 0-1 pitch. And now here's a liner to left field, and Randy Arozarena is going to be there and makes the catch. Barely makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side, gives the ball away. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's still 2-0 Mariners.
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.
Next, we got left field. Right now, it's owned by Randy Arozarena. It's a question on what the Mariners are going to do with him, but I think as of now, they'll probably... I think they'll keep him. I think Randy Arozarena will still remain. Of course, center field going to be Julio Rodriguez. Right field, Luke Raley. I wonder how much club control Luke Raley really has too. And then DH obviously has a really huge hole. Maybe get Carlos Santana. That's if he can still hang on and play. Carlos Santana still has it. Believe it or not. Was an all-star in 2019. Mariners traded for him at one point. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. He was part of the JP Crawford trade, believe it or not. Now we're looking at the 0-1. And now the pitch. That's going to be a ball for Luis Urias. For the batting title, Bobby Witt Jr. is going to win the batting title. Behind him was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Aaron Judge. As we were looking at the 1-1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. 1-2 the count. Then on December 13th, 2018, he was traded to the Cleveland Indians when they were called the Indians. Mariners got Edwin Encarnacion in return. How'd he do? And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Encarnacion had a pretty good career. Had a great career. Mostly a Blue Jay. And played some baseball with Ken Griffey Jr. back then, too. And the 2-2. And that's going to be inside for a ball. 3-2 the full count. And now the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4. Take your base as Luis Urias is going to get on base with a walk. And now it's going to be up to Leo Rivas to extend the lead for the Mariners. Now the confession. I'm very sleepy. I am excited that this game is halfway done. And once it is, I'm out of here. And now here is Leo Rivas up to the plate and the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. $74 pitches so far for JP Sears. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. That's going to be a 1-1 count. And we're looking at the 1-1. And the throw back to first. And that is not in time. As we're looking at the 1-1. Nope. Throw back to first and still not in time. So we are looking at the 1-1 so far for Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. Oh, try to bunt. And that's going to be a 2-1 count. On decks could be Julio Rodriguez. Would like to see Cal Raleigh try to break the Mike Piazza record. Next season, M's play their opening series against the Oakland A's. Or shall I say the Sacramento A's. And that's going to be low for a ball, 3-1. I wonder what they're going to be called, the Sacramento A's or the Oakland A's. After that series, Mariners can maybe redeem themselves against the Detroit Tigers on a regular season, so I could care less. And now we're looking at the 3-1. And now the pitch. And it's up high for ball 4. Take your base. And now we got Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. And hopefully he can do some damage. The homeless A's. That'd be a good twist to it. Why don't we just call them the homeless A's or just call them the A's? Sacramento A's, California A's. What are you going to call them? Now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. He is batting leadoff. And now the pitch. And that is going to be fly ball, more like popped up and nothing doing. Julio just doesn't care. He's just trying to hit everything he can. But the good news is he did advance the runner. Luis Urias goes to third base. So heads up hustle. Now it's up to Cal Raleigh. If he hits a home run, he'll be tied with Mike Piazza for most home runs in 4 career seasons as a catcher. So let's hope that Mike Piazza can make it happen. Mike Piazza hit 35, 24, 32, and 36. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he's really trying to go for that home run. And now here is the 0-1. Nope, and it's a throwback to first. His span lasted from 92 to 95. And if Cal Raleigh cannot break the record, he's going to have to go for 120 home runs, career high. And now we're looking at the 0-1 and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He really wants that home run. And that's going to be strike 2. And believe it or not, this is my first time covering a Mariners game with nothing to play for. So I guess something was bound for something. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 down. Cal Raleigh is just really trying to hit bombs. If Cal Raleigh wants to beat Mike Piazza, he has to hit 29 home runs for next season, which will be doable. So Cal Raleigh can break some kind of record for next season. And now here is Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Believe it or not, I actually was at Cal Raleigh's. I was actually at a Mariners Oakland game when Cal Raleigh hit his first career home run. I was there for that. That was really exciting. As we are looking at the 0-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now here is the 1-1. And a swing and a miss, strike two. Now it looks like everyone's trying to go for home runs on the Mariners, which is kind of driving me nuts at this point. Now we're looking at the 1-2. Throw back to first, not in time. And now the pitch. And strike three called. Down goes Randy Arozarena, and that's going to retire the side. We go to top of the sixth. 2-0. Cal Raleigh deserves his own fan zone, huh? Those dang Astros, are you right? Yup. The Rutgers won. Ha ha ha. Minor League Stadium. I'm looking forward to that. I actually want to I'm going to go to Sacramento to go to watch an Oakland A's game. I really will. And we are back from the break. And winner Brian Woo's. Nope. Brian Woo is out for this game. They're going to put in Gabe Spire because it looks like they're just load management because who cares? Because season's pretty much over. Brian Woo pitched very well. 8 strikeouts, only gave up 3 hits. Another quality start once again. And now can the bullpen hold it? I don't know. Gabe Spire now on the mound, and he has struggled mightily this season. 5.4 ERA, 29 strikeouts to 12 walks, 21 innings pitched. He has not had a good season compared to what he had last season, tragically speaking. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is to Brent Rooker for strike one. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Now the 1-1. And that's going to be a strike. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball again. Now the pitch. And there's a fly ball foul. Still 2-2. Now the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Or it's a foul ball, shall I say. Excuse me. Now we're looking at the 2-2 count so far. For Brent Rooker. And now the 2-2. And that is a foul ball. The bullpen. JT Chargois is warming up. Why are you out of here, Thanos? Oh, Freeman's injured. The pitch. And that is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down he goes, and that's going to be 1 out. Nice pitch by Gabe Spire. And now we got the next pitch. And here it is. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. The 1-1. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be a 2-1 to count. JJ Bleday and the 2-1. Now here's a fly ball to right, foul. Just foul. No big deal. It's going to be 2-2. Now the 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Gabe Spire. Now we got 2 down. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. And now we're looking at the 1-0 and the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball again. That's going to be 2-0. Tyler Soderstrom, as we're looking at the 2-0. And now the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be right down the middle for a strike. Now the pitch again. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And Gabe Spire, after striking out 2 batters in a row, he has done this.
Why do you like him?
Because he gets on base.
Now we're looking at the pitch and the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. And this is Dawes Cameron. Looks like he is doing a pinch hitting job. He is the son of Mike Cameron. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. And the pitch again. And that is going to be a strike. 2-1 the count. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. The pitch again. And now here's a fly ball to right field. And Haniger is there. And he makes the catch. And that is going to retire the side. Gabe Spire gets out of an inning pretty efficiently. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
Yep, go with your own gut. Don't take my advice. As we are on commercial break right now. And looks like we are back from the break. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a ball. We got a 1-0 so far for Mitch Garver, and now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball again. That's going to be a 2-0 count on Mitch Garver. Crazy to think that this could be my final Mariners game of the season, unless I do it on Sunday, which I would love to. As we are looking at the 2-0 count on Mitch Garver. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-0 is already ahead of the count. We got a 3-0. Now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Pitch again. And that is a liner and fouled. As we're looking at the 3-2 count. And the time's been called. Wonder what that was all about. Garver called for time. As we're looking at the 3-2 for Mitch Garver. 11 RBIs in his last 9 games played, so he's picked up in some sense. The 3-2. And now here is a fly ball to center field, and that is going to be caught by JJ Bleday, and now we got an out. Now here is Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now we're looking at the 0-1 for Dylan Moore. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to center field. Nothing doing. That's going to be an out. Now here is Mitch Haniger up to the plate. And now the pitch. And a foul ball. As we were looking at the 0-1. Now here is the pitch. And here's a fly ball right field and fouled. Even if it was fair, probably wouldn't have left the field. Mariners were 17-8 in series openers at T-Mobile Park. As we're looking at the 2-0, 0-2, and the pitch. Here's a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. Mitch Haniger trying to keep this inning alive. Next up to the bat is going to be J.P. Crawford. Now here's J.P. Crawford in the pitch. Inside, and that was a pushback. And that's going to be a 1-0 the count. As we're looking at the 1-0. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're looking at the 1-1 for J.P. Crawford. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now the 1-2. And the pitch. Here's a ground ball. It's probably going to end the inning. The toss over the first, and that's going to be in time. This game is breezing along, and thank God, as we're going into the top of the 7th inning, it is 2-0 Mariners.
Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you.
Now we're in commercial break so far, and must I say, what an inning it has, or what a game it has been. Just 2 home runs so far off of catchers. Cal Raleigh and Mitch Garver. Luke Raley, huh? I don't like self-checkouts. They're talking about Luke Raley and what he thinks is fair or foul. I was waiting for that roundabout question. And we are back from the break, and it's already dark. And now Gregory Santos is now in the game and finally is pitching. 5 strikeouts to 1 walk, 4 earned runs, 5.1 innings. So hopefully he'll prove his worth going into next season. And hopefully next season the team will be much more healthy. He hasn't pitched since the end of July. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Santos will be entering free arbitration next season. So there's still years of club control with these guys. Now the 1-0. And that's a foul ball. And now here's the 1-1. And that is a foul ball. Now we're looking at the 1-2. Here's a ground ball right to second baseman. Throw to first in time. And that's going to be 1 down so far. I like that this game has really been breezing along. Jimmy Garcia is going to be a free agent. And now the pitch. And that is going to be inside for a ball. Dylan Moore will be entering a contract year, so there's going to be questions on what you're going to do with him. Wonder if they're just going to let him loose. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. If you care about the Padres, they're beating the Diamondbacks. And now the pitch. Here's a ground ball right to third base. Throw to first. That is in time. How's it going, William? And now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field. That's some running going on. And now here is... And it's bobbled, obviously. A lot of miscommunication on there. But looks like JP Crawford's shaken up a little bit. There was literally no communication on that one. You got to communicate on that. Lack of communication right there. And the pitch. Foul ball. Now we're looking at the 0-1 and a pitch. And it's foul ball. The pitch. Now here's a fly ball to right field and fouled. We'll try this again. We're looking at 0-2 so far. Where's Davos City? Huh, wonder what that is. Now the pitch. Foul ball. You bought a house in the Philippines, huh? Very nice. What's in the Philippines? Is that where you... Is that like your vacation home, William? As we're looking at the 0-2. And now the pitch. It's crazy to think that now trailers are now becoming the more popular thing because homes are now just insanely expensive. Like ever since the pandemic, everything has gone up, including like interest rates. Sheesh. And now we're looking at the 1-2. So tell me what's in Philippines, like, other than the fact that it's been it's kind of a dating hub for American men. Oh, yep. That'll do it. I had a feeling, William, that's what it was about. The 2-2. And that's going to be low for a ball. Yeah, it's no surprise. Philippine does get a lot of action. The pitch. And that's popped up. And that's going to do it. And that's going to retire the side. And we are going into the 7th inning. And here is possibly my last time to take me out to the ball game. Makes it easier without flick of the switch. Everyone get up on your feet and take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. I don't really care if they win or lose at this point, so who cares if they lose? There's no shame in that, especially when nothing to play. 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Isn't that great? And we are back from the break. Here we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. J.P. Crawford was the last batter. Now it's going to be Luis Urias, Leo Rivas, and Julio Rodriguez. They say it's the Mariners Appreciation Night, Fan Appreciation Night, and now this is my, I guess it's my Fan Appreciation Night for this YouTube channel. I just want to say I thank you all for being part of it. $72,000 for a Z brand newly built 4-bedroom. What? This is your house in freaking Philippines now? In the pitch. And that is popped up. And that's going to drop like a bomb. Caught. How many square feet is this house? A guarded gate community? Philippines is that cheap? Okay, what's the catch living in Philippines? Like, isn't there a lot of government corruption and like you don't have as many rights as America? Like, tell me about that, William. Now I'm really curious. Like, is there Second Amendment rights? You know what I mean? In Philippines, I doubt it. Now here's the 0-1. And here's a ground ball right to third base, throw to first. And that is in time, and that's going to be 2 down. Now you got Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Oh, Paul, why are you saying after this game? Mariners are winning. I know, because there's really nothing to play for. But yet you guys are still coming into my show, so I'll take it. Paul, I love you for this. Now the pitch. I'm here to provide some a place for Mariner fans to vent. So, Paul, if you have anything to vent about the Mariners throughout this entire season, this is your opportunity. That's what I'm here for. Because you know, there's a lot of other content creators that block people for having different opinions. So here I am. Tell me everything you feel about the Mariners. Just say everything. Let it all out. The pitch to Julio, and that's going to be a foul ball. So why don't you say what you need to say, huh? I want to hear everything about your frustrations, how you feel about the offseason. I want to hear it all. Now we're looking at the 0-2 for Julio Rodriguez, as he has struggled. He hasn't really done much of anything. And now the 0-2 pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field and just fouled again. That's the second time that Julio Rodriguez has hit a near home run twice. Last 26 games, he had 9 home runs with 27 RBIs. He finally picked it up. Just to think that if Julio picked it up a month earlier, Mariners would be in the playoffs. The 0-2. Swing and a miss right down the middle, strike 3, and that is an easy 1-2-3 for Oakland. We go to top of the 8th inning. Still no score. Seahawks are doing well, but don't forget, it's only 3 games so far, and they basically beaten nobody. Why would you be blocked? How are you a filthy Astro fans? I don't get it. Who are you blocked by? Mariner fans? You get into fights with Mariner fans too? Davo is safe despite that. I live in a guarded community. Wow, sounds about right. There's terrorist activity. Okay, William, are you allowed to defend yourself? Like, are you allowed to have firearms in Philippines? That's what I want to know. Are you allowed to have... Are you allowed to have those things? No, I'm curious. Because based on what's been going on for the 2024 election, sounds like, regardless who wins, I have a feeling some people are just going to leave this country. I don't know. Not much hope going on for America with the insane inflation. Housing prices has been going up. A lot of things have gone wrong in this economy. I mean, look at the millennials and the Gen Zers. Like, buying a house today is insanity. Like, who would have thought it gets to this point? Now you're looking at houses are like any mid-level house is gonna be like $400K or more. It's insane. Remember when they were like $100,000 for like a decent house or something, and they were considered low level. And now look where we are. Now a low-level house in like Bellevue is considered like you're a god. And you still got to put work into the house. And most of the houses I've went to in Bellevue are disgusting. Now here's Taylor Saucedo. Now that's when you know the season's really over, when you don't care. So you can carry, huh? Interesting. Now here's a fly ball to left field. And Rosarena makes the catch. The only downside of the Philippines is if I lived in the Philippines, I'd be doing graveyard YouTube work. So I don't know if Philippines would work for me. What time is it in Philippines? Oh, yeah. Oh, 12:19. So, yeah, I could do a Mariners game. I actually can. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. That's going to be an 0-1 count. Now here is the 0-1. And that's going to be a ball. Philippines is, of course, a day ahead of us. Now the pitch. Oh, but the president changed that law so no foreigners can carry or own. So I sold them to your wife's brother who keeps them at my place. Very nice. So you say that... So do you live in a trailer now, Mr. William? And that is a strike. Crazy to think that houses are much cheaper everywhere else. But look at America. Everything's expensive. It's insane. The 2-2. And that's a ball. 3-2. Average house prices in Europe. And now we're looking at the pitch. And now here it is. And that's a foul back. Seems that a lot of Americans have been moving to Thailand and Philippines these days. So everything's cheaper, let's be honest. As we are looking at the 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called right down the middle. And that's going to be 2 down. Nice pitch by Saucedo. Now the pitch. And that's a foul ball. And now we're looking at the 1-0-1, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. You have a 30-foot trailer with one slide out, but you're selling it. You bought a 34-footer, built-in generator. I assume that you probably have the Elon Musk internet, Starlink. I assume that's what you use to watch my stuff, the O2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, another 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. And Taylor Saucedo showing that money sign of his. And what an inning that was for Taylor Saucedo. You're moving to Packwood. It's an unincorporated community in Washington State. 2 hours and 16 minutes from where I live. Now I want to see where Packwood is. You live near Mount Rainier. Just your internet, huh? Well, good thing you're not a content creator because you definitely need Wi-Fi and internet. You live right near a volcano, buddy. Sir. Did you really live there? Not many houses in that area. Very small community. Now I want to look at housing prices in Packwood, out of all places. Packwood, Washington. Ugh. Housing prices are still insane. $775,000. Yeah, you get land, but look how expensive that is. Who can afford to live there? This better be someone's vacation home when you look at it. If Mount Rainier blows up, you don't want to know. So you live in Packwood, huh? Randall, Washington. Wait, where is Randall? Oh, Randell. It's down in Washington State. Also long ways. Kind of near Mount Rainier, too. Yeah, pretty expensive houses in that area. I couldn't imagine doing real estate there. Now here is Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and you can tell that he really wants that Mike Piazza record. It's a very short move, huh? As we're looking at the 0-1. And now the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. 1-1. Two home runs for the Mariners today. That's been the only score, the 1-1. And here's a ground ball right to third base. Throw to first. And just in time. By the way, these are the last couple innings for the Mariners. Or last offensive inning for the Mariners if they can hang on. Now here's Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. It's probably been my most boring game I've done so far because there's nothing to play for. At least last season, the last game I did, the Mariners had something to play for. The 0-1. It's going to be an 0-2. And the sad thing is, I didn't do last year's game where they got eliminated on that night because I was on a stupid date that didn't even work out. And I knew I had no chance with her. And now the 0-2. I knew it was like a big waste of my time. I was like, why did I even do this? Why did I even go to that? Like, the vibe was just gone. Like, the moment it started, I was like, man, I should have been at home doing the Mariners game when I got tortured by the Texas Rangers. The pitch. That's going to be low for a ball, 2-2. You bought your house just before prices shot up, but you should have bought a condo. I could have had one bedroom for $60. Now that is worth $330. Have fun with the HOA, though, and it's limited appreciation of the value, the 2-2. And that is a foul ball, 2-2. Hopefully going into next season, I'll have more fans to be interacting with. Had a really fun season, although it was frustrating most of the time. And we got a 2-2 count on Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. Now here's a right to the pitcher, throw to first in time. And now we got the 2-2 so far. Or I'm sorry. Wait, it's a foul ball? Wait, they still call that a foul? Weird. Oh, no. It's 2. Well, they still stuck on that 2-2 on Arozarena. The RoofTopSports guys have kind of messed it up. And we got a swing and a miss to Mitch Garver. Yeah, I appreciate your love for my shorts. The shorts has what driven my channel really well. And now the pitch to Garver. Swing and a miss. And why are these fans doing the wave? I don't even like the wave. Wave's just weird. And now we're looking at the pitch. And here it is. Low for a ball. I can see it on my screen where inning's already over. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the final inning. Wonder who's the pitcher going to be for this final inning. Still 2-0 Mariners. Been a very breezing game, must I say. Only going to have 2 YouTube shorts. Yep, only 2 YouTube shorts. I won't complain. I appreciate that, William. I really do appreciate that support that you gave, including joining my membership and also donating to my channel. We can only hope for next season that things will only get better for my channel for the future. Do have plans for the off season, like covering the Mariners in the off season. Going to do some Seahawks. I want to do some Mariners nostalgia videos again. Just a matter of which one I do. And actually, I have a question for you, William. What is your most favorite video that you ever saw on my YouTube channel? Like, that were my edited videos. Which ones did you like the most? Because my best performing video right now is still my Yordan Alvarez video. That one, I got 24,000 views on that one. Calling baseball if you can. Say fastball, breaking ball. And now we are back from the break. And William Cook, how did you find me? I'm just curious. How did you find my channel? I just want to know where you found me. How did you find me? I'm very curious. And which video got you? What got your attention? What video was it that made you go, man, I got to subscribe to the RoofTopSports or Rooftop Mariner? That's what it was back then. Jay Trident. So Jay Trident was basically the referral. And we've got Troy Taylor, who's going to have an opportunity to get a save. made his major league debut against the Mets. And he's been pitching very well, too. Jay Trident told you to check you out. I really appreciate that. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Got 3 outs to go. Now here's the 1-0. And that's going to be a ball. Hoping that this is not going to be a long game. Please don't, because I really want to go to sleep after this game. The softball videos too, you like those, huh? Like the ones where I pop out? Now here's 2-0. And don't forget my fantasy football videos too. And be aware, William, you might want to join my show at around possibly 10 o'clock p.m. Because I'm going to be doing my fantasy basketball lottery, the 3-0. And that's going to be a strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Troy Taylor, I think, is someone that you should keep going into next season. Now, the question is, what is his contract? Now the 3-1. And that's going to be a strike. 3-2. Wonder if the Mariners are going to keep Troy Taylor. Troy Taylor here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And now that should be, here's a play to second base, sort of second. Not in time, and now you got a runner on second base. Tying run at the plate. Troy Taylor does have club control, of course. He has a pre-arbitration, so he could be arbitration eligible. But I do think the Mariners should give him a shot. They should still use him. He was drafted in the 12th round by the Mariners. He's had, well, now we got Tyler Soderstrom. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Mostly played in college ball, Troy Taylor. Then he started in 2023 in his minor league career. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Tying run is indeed at the plate. And this is actually Daz Cameron. My bad. Now the pitch. And that gets away. And that's going to get a free runner to third base. Badly pitched by Troy Taylor. Looks like the adrenaline has really got to him. In 2021, he was in the 20th round, but he did not sign with the Mariners. Then the Mariners drafted him again in 22, and this time he signed on July 26th. Now the 1-2, and low for a ball. And I think if Dan Wilson, they should consider using another pitcher because Troy Taylor isn't looking too good. As we're looking at the 2-2. Now the pitch. Fouled again, and Troy Taylor's really struggling in this inning. Troy Taylor in 2023, he spent time in Modesto and A+ Everett. And then 24 was when he really took off. He started in A+, then got to AA. The pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did go. And that was in there anyway. And that's going to be strike 3. Daz Cameron had some words with that. And now we've got one down. Nice location by Troy Taylor. Now we've got one down. Yes, he did go around, no doubt about that. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. Can't really see who's warming up in the pen right now. Amazing. I still have fans showing up for a dead Mariners game. I do like that. Oh, inside, and that nearly got him. Troy Taylor's kind of struggling with his control right now. But I really hope the Mariners continue to let Troy Taylor play. Looks like he's got a bright future. As we're looking at the 1-1 so far. And the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Troy Taylor, he played college ball in 2020. Didn't really pitch much because of the pandemic, the pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. It was not until 21 when he started. And now look where he is. And now we're looking at the 2-2 for Zach Geloff, the pitch. And that's going to be outside, 3-2. I mean, that's what Dave Sims is saying. Try to get him with that fastball. And now we're looking at the 3-2. And that is popped up. Is that going to be playable? It's got running ways. And does not make the catch. I was the first one. I was the first one calling for Scott Service to go. I convinced you. It got worse before they finally let him go. It was too late. It was. Yeah, that was my controversy for a long time, that I was I was definitely not a Scott Service fan. I definitely was not. As we're looking at the 3-2 and the pitch, and strike 3 called, and down he goes, and Geloff is not happy, and that was the same corner that Troy Taylor used when he struck out Dodds Cameron, and now we got 2 outs, and we got 1 out away till the Mariners will secure their 83rd victory of the season. Let's hope the Mariners can do that. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. The throw to first, and it's in time, and the Mariners will take game 1 of this 3-game series against the Oakland A's. Yes, the Mariners are out of the playoff contention, but it's nice to see a Mariners victory done by Mitch Garver and Cal Raleigh. Now the fireworks are going off, and it's crazy to think that just 2 years ago, almost on this day, Cal Raleigh hit that home run all the way to right field. I was there. And I made the playoffs, and now look where we are, where everything has unfortunately gone backwards. But the Mariners won today, something to celebrate, and I was also part of it. Cal has 32 home runs, William. But yep, I am proud that, this could be my last game of the season, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it on Sunday. Definitely not going to be able to make it tomorrow, but Sunday I will, so I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm going to take off. I got to go. Cal Raleigh's at 96 or 97 RBIs, I believe. But yeah, I got to get rolling because I got to get some sleep because I had a really exhausting day. But I just want to say thank you to all that came onto my show. And most importantly, thank you very much for even being a part, coming on when the Mariners are having a dead season. So, really happy. Thank you very much for having me here. Everyone, have a good night. And go Mariners.